I just recently decluttered my makeup collection. I think I mentioned that in my last video for the new year, of course. And I went through my brushes and I felt like it was time to kind of like upgrade them a little bit. I do have quite a few brushes that are super old. I have quite a few like Morphe brushes that they're obviously good for the price. They're super, super cheap and they usually work quite well, but they're getting kind of old. They're not the best quality. So I kind of wanted to invest in some nicer brushes for the year. I've heard a ton about the like SEPHORA Pro brushes, so I picked up 3 of them. I thought today we'd try them together, and there was a lot of them that I liked, a lot of shapes that I really liked at the store, but they were out of a lot. So I started with these 3, and if I really liked them, I figured I could invest in a couple more of them. They're not crazily expensive. I think the 2 smaller brushes were 20 and this one was 30, I want to say. So not crazy or anything compared to some brushes out there, but I know they're higher quality. I've heard really good things about them, so I figured they're kind of like a step up from what I've been using. So I'm hoping they're as good as what I've heard. I got 96. This was a blush brush, they called it, but I figured I could use this for a lot of different things. This one's a 71. It's a concealer brush, and this one is 27, and it's a little blending eye brush. So figured we'd put some makeup on, try these out, and see if I like them enough to order the rest of the ones that I liked. So I have had a few Sephora brushes, but they're super, super old. They're definitely not like the Pro collection or anything. I had this one brush set that I've had. I think this is like the first set of brushes I've ever bought. So, I mean, I'm 27 now, so they could be probably a decade or more old, but they've actually held up really, really nicely. This one's an airbrush powder, it says, airbrush crease, airbrush shadow, airbrush concealer, and airbrush foundation. So I haven't seen these recently, so I don't think they even carry this set anymore, but they are really nice. There's just like the shapes I don't go for all the time, and like I said, they're really old, so I figured it was time to kind of replace them. And then I do have this one really old blush brush. It is for a brand, but everything's like rubbed off of it because it's so old, but I still use it a lot. I just kind of want to try something new. So definitely have had good experiences with Sephora collection brushes, but I've never tried these like pro brushes that are super popular. So let's get our makeup started and try these out. So I didn't grab a foundation brush. I really wanted one. I wanted the one that was kind of the shape of this concealer brush with that like tapered edge, but the foundation version of this was all out. So definitely gonna pick that one up if I do end up liking these. So I already put just a tinted moisturizer on. I just used the ColourPop Pretty Fresh one. Still trying to use that one up. So that's done. So let's go ahead and add some concealer and try this brush. So I usually just apply concealer using like my beauty blender. I usually just like apply it with the applicator of the concealer and then tap it to blend it out with the beauty blender. And then the only other brush I have that's like a concealer brush is this one. It's from that old Sephora set that I have, but I just don't really love the shape. I've used it a couple times for concealer, but I feel like I just don't enjoy using it enough to like use it often. So I'm hoping this shape I like a lot more and will actually start applying my concealer with a brush instead. So I'm going to take my Ilia concealer and I think I'm going to actually put some on the back of my hand and then dip in my brush from there. I feel like this year I'm trying to be a little bit more like intentional with my makeup and kind of take my time and like enjoy the process. And I feel like I do see a lot of like makeup artists and stuff like kind of dispense product out and then use the brush to apply it versus applying like the applicator onto the skin and then blending it out. So I'm just gonna put some on my hand first and then use the brush to blend it out. I'm gonna go under my eyes and then down around my nose. Okay, so that's the difference so far. I mean, it's definitely different applying it with a brush. It's something I have to like get used to because it's a little bit more detailed. Takes a little bit more time, I guess. But I do think I'm applying a little less product. And I like the shape of the brush. It's super like natural to use. Like it's like, because it's slanted like this, it's super easy to use. I'm doing a little bit on my chin here, some redness here. A couple little breakouts here. I do feel like it covers really nicely. A little bit on my forehead. And then just some breakouts by my eyebrows. Definitely something I have to like get used to. Like it definitely took more time. It's a smaller surface area and you're definitely more like precise with it. So I'm just gonna have to get used to it, but I do like the brush. I like the shape of it and it is nice and soft. It's definitely not like pokey at all, which is good. I hate that feeling of like a pokey sharp brush. So far so good. So I just went ahead and powdered my face. Next we're going to try the 96 Pro blush brush, but I feel like I could use this for powder if I wanted to. Blush and then also bronzer too. I felt like it was a really good shape to like kind of flip it on its side and get right in there as well. So I feel like it was a good like multi-use brush. Like I said, I use this blush brush a lot. And I do like the shape of it and everything, but I figured I'd just try something new. Otherwise, I do really like this blush brush from Real Techniques. I also use this for bronzer a lot, but it's quite a bit like bigger and it's a round and like fluffier. So I liked this shape for all of my like powder things. So I'm gonna try that out today. I'm just gonna stick with the bronzer I like. This is the Ilia bronzer. It is such a soft brush and it's a really perfect like shape and size. It's just really easy to like apply. And I feel like if I see a shape like this that I know I can use for multiple things, it's really nice. Because I like my multi-use tools and products. And obviously that's just less that you have to buy as well. I like this shape for the forehead because it has that like slant to it. So it's really easy to like kind of brush along your hairline. Okay, I love that for bronzer because of this like more tapered shape. It works really well if you want to just like do the wider side and go like this, or if you want to get more precise and like turn it to its side. And then because it's more pointy down here, it's really nice to do a nice like sharp line under your jawline. And then like I said, that slant is really nice for the forehead. So overall, for bronzer, love this. Like I said, it's technically called a blush brush, but whatever like works best for you. I don't feel like I ever really go by what it says to use it for, but right when I saw this shape, I knew it was going to be good for a lot of different things. So love that for bronzer. Let's try it with blush now. I'm just going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk blush and just pat it on the cheeks. Yeah. Again, perfect shape. It's got that nice tapered edge. Yeah, that worked so well for blush as well. It's like I'm usually using this for blush and bronzer, but this is just a little bit more precise. Kind of works with the angles of your face a little bit more, so that's a win. So I just ran some of the Merit brow gel through my brows, and then the last brush I wanted to try today, because it's the last brush that like I liked the shape of, and that was actually in stock at my Sephora, the 27 Pro crease brush. So it's just like a little blending brush, but I really liked this shape. I feel like it's a little bit like wider, and then you turn to the side and it gets a little skinnier, so it's not completely like round or anything. The two like blending brushes that I use all the time are from Morphe, and they're just like starting to kind of fray. They're a little bit like scratchy. They're just getting old. Already not like the best quality ever, so of course after like cleaning them over and over and over again, they're kind of just getting old. And I hate that like scratchy feeling. But this one's the Morphe M573. It's a little bit like wider, and it is that like perfect round shape all the way around. And then this more precise one is the M506 brush. Same kind of shape, just a little bit more precise and smaller. So I kind of wanted one to like replace these. Of course I can get more of them or different sizes of them if I do like this one. But this is kind of like what I was replacing by getting this blending brush. So I also felt like it was one of those shapes that it was almost like a blending brush and just a regular like more flat shadow brush in one. Like if you're looking at these two shadow brushes from my old Sephora set, this one's like a blending brush, but it's a lot longer. I don't like how long it is because it feels like I can't control it as much. And then this one's just a regular shadow brush that I use for like applying the shadow onto my lid. And this brush, this new one, is literally like these two put together. Like it's a blending brush, but then it's also kind of has that flat side where you can use it for the lid as well. And even for like the brow bone. Like I again just feel like it's a very multi-use eye brush, so that's kind of why I picked this shape versus some of the other ones that they had. I'm just going to use this Ilia palette. I've only used it once. It's a beautiful palette, but figured we use some of these more purpley shades. It'd be pretty. So I'm just going to go into this middle lighter purple and apply that into my crease. It's so soft, especially compared to my Morphe ones. I mean, they were pretty soft, you know, when I first got them, but now it's been years, so they're just super scratchy. They shed on me. This is really nice. I'm kind of flipping it to the skinnier side to get right into the crease with it. And that seems to be working really well. I like the tapered handle as well. It just feels like it fits in your hand really nicely. And they feel like really nice and like light enough that it's, you know, comfortable, but nice and dense. They definitely feel like good quality. And I'm just gonna take this shimmery one and use it on more of the like thicker side, and then apply that to the lid. I'm gonna take this deeper purple in the middle here and just pick up a little bit and put that in the crease, deepen it up a little bit. You can just apply some of the product just to like the very tip of the brush, and again it's tapered, so it is pretty precise. Obviously if you want it like really precise, you're gonna have to get a smaller brush probably. Such a quick and easy eye look, and I literally did it with just one brush. And that's exactly how I like it. Quick and easy, using multi-use tools. I'm gonna grab the Opal highlighter from Becca, which no longer exists, but I'm gonna use the same brush and use it to highlight my brow bone. And I think it's even large enough that I could probably just do right on top of my cheeks too. Yeah. A little bit more precise than I usually use for a highlight brush for like my cheeks, but definitely works. Okay, I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and come back and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so are they worth it? Yes, I feel like they definitely are worth the price. They're not crazily expensive, but it is a little bit more of an investment. My old Sephora brushes have already lasted, you know, 10 plus years. So I'm pretty confident that these are gonna be lasting quite a long time as well. You can just kind of tell they're higher quality, not scratchy, super soft. I love the shapes of them. I love that these are very multi-use shapes. And if you're wanting to like kind of invest in like 3 to 5 makeup brushes to do your whole face and that you'll be like set with, I feel like definitely great options here. I do feel like I'll get that like foundation version of this concealer brush to try out and just for a new foundation brush. But if I just literally like had these and then I had my little Merit brush that I'm obsessed with, it's the #1 brush, but I use this for foundation as well, and then I use it for all my cream products, so cream bronzer, cream blushes, cream highlights. This is also like the ultimate multi-use brush, so I feel like I could probably throw away all these brushes right now and have this, and I literally would be able to do my makeup every single day. So definitely good like staple solid brushes, so definitely impressed. I do feel like they're worth the hype, worth a little bit more of like investment that they are. I'm really excited to have some fresh brushes. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this helped. If you're kind of eyeing these up, trying to decide if you want to purchase them or not, let me know if you have tried the SEPHORA Pro brushes, if you like them, if there's any like shapes you think that I would like and that I need to try down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon for another new video. Bye!